we are looking at round 2, board 5. In Austria, we have Scott Richards. England, Lim Sindull. France, we have Maxim Popov. Germany, Jonathan Frank. Italy, Andrei Gribakov. Russia, Andrei Janeco. Turkey, Richard Lowenburg. Another good group of players. A couple new ones. I'm really excited to see Scott and Lim, see how they play. And then good matchup between Andrei, Maxim, who we've seen a couple times, and Richard. It's good to see him back.
By the way, I talked to Andrei Janeco from Portugal and tried to get his pronunciation of his last name, and that is definitely not correct.
Okay.
But I tried my best like 3 times. So we'll keep working on it, Andrei.
Andrei, we will get there. I do believe that pronunciation of names is important. All right, so we will bring up round 2, board 5, and reveal our first turn. And Brandon, you are on the clock.
All right, so the story of this game really is Andrei Gribakov to me, so I'll spoil this part. Andrei does not top this board, but Andrei has a big hand in determining how this game goes. So push forward here into the next into spring of 1902. What you see looks like a relatively it's a very friendly in the West. Everything gets DMZ'd that needs to get DMZ'd. Fall of 1902 is where and in the East seems relatively straightforward as well until the fall of 1902. And here you get, so push ahead to the fall of 1902, would you? Here you get a big turnabout. Italy moves into Trieste and supports Turkey into Greece. And in the West, you also have a turnabout. You have France moving into the Irish Sea and taking Belgium. So if there was supposed to be a Western triple, it was not after this turn. I believe Holland supports Burgundy into Belgium here. Can you show us? So it does. And so what you have here is suddenly a crystallization of the alliance structure. You've got FG in the West, and you've got an RIT in the East. So push forward, head now. What you have the problem here is that Turkey built a fleet, right? So Italy should be worried here. And you can just keep pushing ahead. You have Austria doing the thing that Austria should do in this case, which is to go full suicide and just try to screw over the Italy that stabbed you. And it works. And what you have here is an unsurprising RT that develops. In 1904, we get some strife between France and Germany all of a sudden. Turkey and Russia sort of make slow and steady progress. And so the question sort of becomes, and I'll tell you this, Russia and Turkey, neither of them top the board here. And the question sort of becomes, well, why not? And the answer is going to be Italy. France and Germany fight relatively to a stalemate. And in the final, at the beginning of the final year, so just skip ahead here. So at the start of 1907, which again is the final year, we have got Maxim in France at 9 and Russia and Turkey at 8. And Russia and Turkey both have a chance to top this board. So why don't they? And the answer is Italy. Fall of 1907, Italy makes sure that Turkey, who does get a jump on Russia, but only gets 1 dot out of it. Italy makes sure that Turkey doesn't benefit from it by losing Venice, while allowing France to get both Rome and Naples, which, despite the loss of Belgium to Germany, allows France to take the board top. So Maxim, this is a game of shifting alliances that Maxim, that doesn't really get actually as messy as you would think, given that. But Maxim navigates it well, and ultimately gets the key kingmaker on his side, which is Andrei Gribakov in Italy.
I want to build on that and talk about Maxim's play here for a little while. If you were going through very rapidly, you're not seeing probably how tense Maxim's position was at certain points. If he does not play a strong, solid tactical game in France, he could be in real trouble in several different points. But, Maxim has the confidence here, and I thought played a really strong game, at least just from the external tactical, because he knows that Andrei it's clear that Andrei has gone to him and say, hey, come south, and I am not letting Turkey out. You can come take my dots. And Maxim is willing to play at a disadvantage against a vengeful Germany and England to go get those Italian dots and play on the defensive. This was really, really good play by Maxim over here as well.
Yeah, thanks. I may be shortchanging Maxim by focusing on Andrei, but yeah, Maxim played a fantastic game here.
Yeah, I like this move in particular. I mean, just pushing into north. Once you get in North Sea, as any power besides England, that gives you so much power. You can retreat to so many different centers and just can control things. I feel like that is what, from my perspective, gave him the freedom and flexibility to go play in the south. So smart play there.
The other thing, if you go back to follow 5 right there, look at the spring. I'm sorry, spring 06. Apologies. It's you've got this, like, look at all those like Russian and Turkish units just like concentrated right there. If I know that that Russia doesn't want to fight Germany because Germany's fighting France and all this stuff, but if you are Andrei in this situation and you're trying to top this board, you're still in this game. You are leading. Who's your enemy and how are you growing? Because right now I think Andrei is letting everyone else grow, not necessarily to Andrei's benefit. And so I think in this situation, with Turkey going this way, you got to swing at Germany and you need to be popping up to Silesia and Bohemia and hoping and trusting that, your alliance with Turkey is going to stay strong. Or, you're probably not going to top this board because 8's not going to be enough when you're fighting in Sweden.
And let me just suggest an alternative here is slip into the Black Sea and get the jump on Turkey, right? So maybe give up some of your position in the west. Probably Vienna is going to go there, but solidify your position around the Black Sea and maybe pick up some dots there.
Could work as well. I mean, either way, I like the flexibility of the position, and you articulated that well.
Yeah, Andrei Janeco here in Russia did a great job of keeping the units behind here to sort of keep the option open of the stab. It is hard to stab a game-long ally. It really is. But, this game is set up for that to be, in some situations, an effective thing to do.